Kia this is Arun Jacob, your friendly and frank licensed New Zealand immigration advisor, speaking to you from my office here in Hamilton, New Zealand. As you guys are aware, my team and I, we specialize in creating education and migration pathways into New Zealand. Yeah, we are a big team, about 25 of us, spread across 3 different countries, New Zealand, India, and Dubai, and we like to assist you people. Okay, go ahead. Start asking your questions if there is anybody there. And just to prove that I'm actually in New Zealand, here there's also a little sheep that is there on my work table. But hi, Pinso, good to see you again. I think you were there in my last session as well. So this was the second live session that I'm doing. So please go ahead and ask your questions and I will start answering. Hi, Shipra, how are you? Hi, Pankaj, how are you? Hi, Shipra. Shipra, I think we've been trying to get in touch with Sanjay. So I think Mary has been trying to contact him. So please respond to her messages and emails so that we can work with you and get whatever you're looking for. Okay. Right. Shipra, yeah, yes, we are aware of the fact that you're at Canterbury. Yes, Shipra, any questions? So far, no questions. It's just some people coming on board. So if anybody has any other suggestions. Hi Rajat, welcome to the live chat. Hi Vinci, okay, everybody is saying hi. If you guys can start asking me some questions, then I can absolutely start answering them. In the meantime, let me give a brief overview of what has been happening in New Zealand. As you guys are aware, there have been quite a few changes to the immigration policy last year. Okay, Jijo George says that he did not get any update from the team, so I'm going to ask the team to connect with Jijo right now. So I'm saying, please connect with Jijo immediately. Yeah, Jijo, you should get a contact right away because my team is also on Skype at the moment. So sorry about the delay. Normally we are on to connecting with everybody very quickly. Shipra, your question is, I want to know what career I can choose after PG diploma in education. I mean, obviously, you will have to keep looking at a career in education. And if you are planning to be in the teaching side, then of course, you will also need to go through the teacher registration formality. But otherwise, if you're looking at a managerial role, that is also possible. Since you're one of our students, we can have a nice offline discussion and give you much more in-depth detail, and which is our commitment to all our students is that we will continue to talk to you. Unlike a lot of other companies which only talk to you while you're still in your country, and once visa is provided, they say bye-bye and that's it. We like to continue to talk to our students. So Shipra, we will definitely connect and we will have more discussions. We will look at what papers you have and then whether you need to get into teaching or get into the more managerial side of education. We will have a chat soon, okay? Right, Jijo, like I said, our team will connect soon. Ravi has asked a question. Ravi says, I and my wife have 7 years of experience in software engineering. We already evaluated our CV and got feedback. It is tough to get the PR directly. So we are planning study and settle path. Where my wife will study and I will work. Will the dependent account also have $15,000, or the primary applicant $15,000 is enough to show? It's for the student, whoever is applying as a student, they need to show $15,000 as living expenses, and for the spouse who's coming on the work visa, you need to show $4,200. So that's what it is. Okay. Second question: which place would be better to start from part-time and full-time job perspective, considering the competition and opportunities? Ravi, I have traveled extensively across practically every city and town in New Zealand. And earlier, I also used to think that students must go only to the larger cities. But I have traveled so extensively, and even smaller cities like Nelson and Timaru, Oamaru, Dunedin, and any of the even the smaller towns will have opportunities. So don't worry too much about opportunities. The opportunities are there everywhere across New Zealand. Of course, the larger cities would have more opportunities. So in descending order, it's Auckland and Christchurch and Wellington and Hamilton. These are our larger cities. But even if you are going to a smaller town like Napier, which is on the east coast, or if you're going to New Plymouth, which is on the west coast, there are opportunities everywhere. Contrary to popular belief, New Zealand is not very, very tiny. There are opportunities in every city. Okay. Last question. If dependent gets a job on the skill shortage list, along with the expected salary, can the dependent directly apply for PR? Absolutely, yeah. In fact, it's happened in at least 2 or 3 occasions where some of our students, and most is similar situation like yours, where the wife came for a course and the husband came along as the worker on a work visa. And in at least 2 or 3 occasions, I remember the husband, while the wife was still studying, managed to get a job. And based on that job, the husband was able to make a residency application. So definitely possible. Okay. Rahul Bharadwaj, hello sir, how are you? I have the same question today as well. Sorry for that. Question was that how and where I can meet someone from or anyone from AGV. I improved my question today, and please tell if you also help students who want to settle in Australia. Good question, Rahul. We work in a fashion where if you really want to meet us, we are absolutely willing to meet you. But as you can see, we tend to use technology a lot, and we like to use whatever is available mediums like email and WhatsApp and Facebook and everything else, because we also want to be convenient and work to your convenience. But if you really want to travel across the city and meet somebody, we can set up a meeting. That is not a problem. Our team is based in a lot of places in India. We are based in New Zealand, and we also have one person working out of Dubai. So please specify which city you're in, or if one of my team members is listening right now, they will connect with you. But by and large, we don't encourage you to go through that trouble of having to meet somebody in person. So we can, so far 99% of all our students and clients, we have been able to process very comfortably and in the convenience of your home to bring you into New Zealand. So, but if you want to meet us, we'll be happy to meet you, not a problem. Okay. All right, Shipra, yes, we will definitely have a discussion. Ajay Rathod, hello sir, I'm Ajay from Israel. Shalom. I had chat with Nehaji. I wanted to know if I want to move to New Zealand as a student, which course should I choose? I have completed 12th. If you have done only, 12th, ideally we would suggest you get into a bachelor's or at least a 2-year diploma. You haven't mentioned what if you have any work experience. We would also like to link it to the background that you have in terms of work experience. So you might be having only 12, but you might be having a lot of real-time work experience in, let's say, a particular industry. And so we will try and recommend a course which fits into that background. So have a chat with the team. And like I said, this is to give you the way we do our work and insight into how we will help you with choosing a course. But we definitely can be able to find something. And just from seeing what you've mentioned, you are in Israel, which means you have certain work experience. So we'll try and match it and come out with a course that not only is matching your background, but also that will help you to go on and get a future work visa in New Zealand and create a platform for future residency. Okay, cool. Pratik Jadhav, how is supply chain and logistics industry in New Zealand? It's very good, Pratik, because I mean, obviously we are again a country that is heavily dependent on movement of goods across the country, and every time. In fact, yesterday I was in Auckland. I went for some work, and while going and coming back, the motorways are always filled with tons and tons of trucks hauling goods and services across New Zealand. In fact, in the recent 6 or 7 months, 2 of our clients found excellent jobs in supply chain and logistics. So if you are planning to come to New Zealand through us, we will also connect you to some of our seniors who have found jobs in supply chain and logistic management. But as a whole, the subject, it's a good area to be in. And I think procurement managers are also in our skill shortage area. So definitely a good choice. I think. Yeah. Ankit Sharma, yesterday I got a call from some other agency in Delhi. He refused the level 8 course in business. Like I fell for University of Canterbury. Agency guy said it's easy to get admission, but you need to come back to India due to no jobs in New Zealand for business. Is it true then? Why don't you try something else? I repeat, my basic intention is to attain PR. I'm very scared regarding selection of course. Please discuss the concern with Cycle and also. Okay. Ankit, this is a file I'm working on. I don't know if you can read it, but it says application for residence in New Zealand under the skilled migrant category. Obviously, I can't share the name of the person. But yesterday, when I was in Auckland, I got those forms signed and I came back. The point I'm trying to make is this entire file, which is for a resident visa application, is from one of our students who completed a course in business. And she found a lovely job, $60,000 salary, and she's now going on to apply her residence through our onshore services. So do not listen to these people who are not present in New Zealand. They do not have a first-hand information about what is happening in this country. We are a country that is heavily reliant on the services industry, which means there is a lot of opportunities for people from the business background. And they have made it a habit to say there are no jobs in New Zealand. I mean, I don't know what those people mean by that. We are all, gainfully employed and earning our salaries and doing well. And this is literal proof that you can come and study a business course in New Zealand and move up to the residency stage. So please do not fall for these guys, because more than likely they're trying to divert you into some other country where they can make more money through the commission they earn. So be very careful. Come to New Zealand. You've also chosen a very good university. Canterbury is a very good university. Christchurch is a very good city. And there are definitely business opportunities for people studying business courses. We will connect you to our students who have had a similar background. And then through those networks and through your own attitude, skills, and knowledge, you should be able to find a job. All right, so don't worry too much about it. Yes, Sachdeva. Hey, Arun, I'm currently thinking of a graduate diploma in business. I have 2 years of work experience in business development. Although I graduated with a BTech, I'm currently confused which degree to pursue regarding graduate diploma, PG diploma or master's. I mean, first of all, Ayush, if you have decided that you are going to shift into business, I mean, that's fine. But because you're a guy with a technology background, by and large, we like to encourage people with a technology background to try and get back into technology if you can, because technology, as you know, is got more clearly defined skills in also the requirements of New Zealand and the shortages of New Zealand. But if you have decided business is where you want to be involved in future, like in the business subject, then you can go either for a PG diploma or a master's. By and large, a PG diploma is like the first year of a master's, if it is a 2 years master's. So that's really what a PG diploma is like. That's a level 8, and the master's is a level 9. So it is, coming. It's level 8 or level 9. Is 8 is PG diploma, and level 9 is a master's. So I think you should look at the papers. And master's obviously is a bit more tougher on the brain as well, because it is quite intensive. And so have a look, have a chat with our team. We will be able to guide you through what will be a better fit for you. Okay. Just going back to a previous question, somebody had asked, can you also help students settle in Australia? Not at the moment, but going forward at some point in future, we are considering to create options for our clients, because a lot of our students are actually beginning to ask us saying, yes, we like the fact that you're New Zealand specialists, but would you also be able to help us with other countries? So we're considering it actively, because we have perfected the New Zealand pathway so well. I think we should be able to replicate it successfully for other countries as well. So just wait and watch, guys, and hopefully we will come out with some good news in the near future and give you more options as well. Okay. Right. I'll quickly check if my team has been telling me anything. Okay, Ankit, okay, Ankit, the team tells me that you keep shifting the course quite a bit. I think you need to firm up on the course, and you will need to nail it down and say, yep, this is what I'm going to trust, this is what I'm going to take, and this is what I'm going to be moving forward with. So don't waste too much time on trying to decide between course A, course B, course C. You lose time in that, so try not to do that, okay? And don't worry, we're always pretty spot on with our suggestions about courses, right? Okay, what else? Okay, coming on to the next one. Ajay Sachdeva. Okay, I've already answered Ajay. Manita, Abhay Sirivardhana. I have inquired you about the degrees possible for me in New Zealand unis. You connected me with Neha, that was back in February, I guess, and I still didn't get a proper reply from her regarding this. Team, please connect with Manita and get this sorted. Manita, I promise you somebody will contact you immediately. All right. Okay, Muhammad Salman Fariz, does chefs have any future in getting PR? Absolutely, Muhammad Salman. We are okay. Manita, I think Neha is already in touch with you. I got confirmation from Auntie. Okay. Coming back to you, Mohammed, yes, chefs are back in our long-term skill shortage list. I say the same, I think I said the same thing last time in my previous live session as well. We are a country where tourism is our largest industry. There are millions of tourists coming into New Zealand every year. I'm sure there are more tourists coming into New Zealand than the population of the country. So there is a requirement to house these tourists and transport these tourists and feed these tourists. So which means somebody has got to cook the food for them, and which is where chefs become quite important in our society and in our economy. And not just the tourists, but even we as local New Zealanders like to get out and eat, and every once in a while it is part of the culture of the country that we do go out and eat quite a bit. So yeah, chefs are definitely in good demand, and it's a good pathway. I think all the chefs that we've students we worked with in the past have settled in very well. Just today in the afternoon, I was actually speaking to another one of our young students who is doing a course right here in Hamilton in the chef industry, and he was telling me how well his course is progressing and how confident also that he will become a good chef and a future resident. So yeah, good choice, Mohammed. Right, Vinci Puneet Dua. Okay, Vinci, opportunities of IT industry in New Zealand, excellent. Again, this is something I keep repeating in my broadcasts and as well as in my videos and some of the posts that I put on. New Zealand does not have a massive. New Zealand does not have a massive manufacturing base, so we are trying to create the soft industries like information technology, biotechnology, creative industries. So information technology is been in our long-term skill shortage list for a very long time, and it continues to want a lot of people for that particular industry to grow. And I also spoke to the CEO of NZ Tech, which is like the apex body for information technology companies and organizations in New Zealand, and he is very bullish about the growing demand for information technology professionals. We are not able to create enough graduates locally here in New Zealand who want to get into information technology, because of which there is a shortage, and because of which we have to, import people from other parts of the world. So future for information technology is very good. Okay, my team tells me Ankit Wagela, who asked some questions, is working with some other agency. Well, all the best, Ankit. We will not ask you not to work with other agencies, but if you want in-depth information from us, I would request you to consider coming into New Zealand as one of our students, because what we are committed to our students first and foremost. And so they were the ones, like for instance, Shipra, one of the people who came first, is one of my students. So we will pick up the phone, talk to her, and give her all that in-depth information that she needs. So Ankit, if you're serious about a future in New Zealand and you want to work with a company that's present in New Zealand and who will continue to talk to you, then I think you will need to consider, working with us. All right, cool. Paramveer Bandahal, you say IT is a long-term skill shortage, but IT jobs are only for experienced students. My sister is also hired from IT background, but they're facing too much trouble because she has no work experience. Now they're on job search. Only 1.5 months is left, but they don't have get job. Please find a solution. Well, we can't help your sister Paramveer because we don't know who she is, or she is not one of our students, so we may not be in a position to help her. Of course, we can give a general suggestion saying that you have to be patient, you have to be persistent. But if you are coming as one of our students, from day one, we will start networking you with other people and other, places. And yeah, that's really what, we will be doing for you. As far as your sister is concerned, I think she just needs to be patient and persistent. Well, experienced people find it easier to get jobs. Absolutely. It goes without saying. somebody with experience will obviously have more, what do you call, possibilities of getting a job. But that does not mean the inexperienced will not get it, because there are a lot of young students who are coming who don't have experience. That is where your communication skills have to be really good. Your presentation skills have to be really good. And my team also tells me, Paramveer, that you're taking a lot of information, but not taking any definite steps. So if you want more information, please take a firm, strong step. Tell, yes, I'm working with you guys, and then we will give you. And quite frankly, without you making your commitment first, we can't assist you and your sister and other people. So please take that firm decision, come back to us, and we will definitely work with you and assist you as well. Don't worry about other things. We will do that. Yeah. Ankit, like I said, we can't, obviously give you information because you are working with some other agency, and this forum is for our students. So kindly check with your agency, and hopefully they will answer your question. Dheeraj Kapoor, thanks everyone. See you soon. Okay, Dheeraj, thanks as well. Mohammed, I have already answered your question. Afan Khan says, hello, sir. Hi, Afan. When I was growing up, one of my best friends was called Afan. He was a fantastic cricket player. I don't know where he is now, but yeah, good to be reminded of my childhood friend. Yeah. Vinci Puneet Dua. Okay. Yeah. Right. Vinci, what are the opportunities, IT opportunities for people with experience for approximately 4 years from India? I just answered this, but yes, the chances would be very good. Also because you have experience. Ajay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Ajay. Thanks for joining. Mohammad Hussain Adil, hi, sir. Hi, Mohammad. J. Manne Puruma, is it necessary to deposit money to my bank account 6 months before applying student visa? We are selling our vehicle to pay the course fee. Can't we show the source of funds is by selling our vehicle? Possibly we could do that, Jay. I mean, I'm not sure if you're working with my team, but if you are, we could probably present it. We have a very good success rate in winning our student visa cases. We are at 89% success rate at the moment. We could have gone a little higher, but I think we picked some cases from 1 or 2 countries, which in hindsight we could have avoided, but that's all right. We are very good at presenting cases. So my suggestion to you, Jay, is yes, technically we should be able to convince a visa officer saying that, hey, look, this person sold the vehicle and that's the source of funds. But talk to the team, connect with the team, and we have some seriously good experts in our visa processing team. And by that, I mean people who know the system inside out. So we should be able to present your case properly, okay? Yeah. Shaishav Bajaj, hi sir, I have applied for graduate diploma in supply chain management in University of Waikato. What are the future prospects? I just answered Shaishav about logistics and supply chain. Good prospects. Procurement managers are in the long-term skill shortage area. 2-3 of our students who came for this course have found jobs and they're well settled. In fact, one was the spouse of a student who came, and he is now also going forward and applying for residency. So it's a good course to choose. And I hope you're working with us, because I live in the same city where the University of Waikato is. Also, by the way, the direct contact details of all our team members is now present on our website. So go to www.ajv.kiwi, and there are direct contact details of all the team members. You can email them directly, and gradually we'll probably start putting up phone numbers as well, okay? So yeah, good course choice, Shaishav, and good university. University of Waikato is a fantastic university. Hamilton, where I'm talking to you right now, is a very nice city as well. It may not be as big and fancy as Auckland or Christchurch or Wellington, but we are a pretty cool city. So yeah, welcome to Hamilton. And I hope you're coming as an AJV student, because if you are, then we would also like to involve you in some of our local activities. All right. All right, Afan. My name is Afan. I'm planning to apply for immigration. I have done MBA marketing and worked as sales manager in UAE. I wanted to apply on the basis of my previous degree, which is okay. Shaishav, my team confirms that you're working with us. So fantastic. It's great to say hi to an AJV student. Brilliant. And they also tell me that your family lives in New Zealand. Fantastic. I'm looking forward to catching up with you, and you're going to be sitting on that sofa behind me, and we'll have a drink, and next time we're going live, maybe we can all go live together. Okay, Cool. So welcome, Shaisha. So coming back to Afan, my name is Afan. Okay, I'm planning to apply for immigration. I've done MBA marketing and worked as sales manager in UAE. I wanted to apply on the basis of my previous degree, which is Diploma of Associate Engineering. I worked as project supervisor from 2008 to 2014 in Pakistan. Afan, if you look at my videos, one of the on the YouTube channel, and please, I request all you guys also to keep checking out my YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and type Arun Jacob New Zealand, and you'll get my channel. There are about 145 videos, I think, and I plan to upload some more. So you cannot, I mean, at this point, the immigration policy has changed to the extent where it may not be possible for you to apply for direct migration. So there is a video on my channel which tells you why it may not be possible for you to apply directly for migration, because two of the most important criteria to be met is that you need to have either a job in New Zealand or a skilled employment in New Zealand or a job offer in New Zealand. That is condition one. Condition two, that you should have studied in New Zealand for at least 2 years and done a master's or a PhD. So these two conditions are essential to get residency in New Zealand now. And because you're not in New Zealand, you do not have a job in New Zealand, nor do you have, the 2 years study in New Zealand, you can try and apply, and if you get 160 points, then there is a possibility you could apply for something called the skilled migrant category job search visa. So they will not give the resident visa directly, but instead they'll give you a job search visa, which will basically allow you to come into the country and look for a job based on your past experience. And if you find a job, then you fulfill that condition where you are then in employment in New Zealand. So it has become a little, it's not straight any longer. It is, a little convoluted at the moment. So there is very little chance of getting a direct migration. So I suggest you send your CVs to us and email your CV to info@ajvglobal.com, and we will have a look. If you're married, also send your wife's CV, because I am a strong advocate of couples coming into New Zealand through a much more defined pathway, which is one of the partners comes for a course and the other partner comes on a work visa, and that is probably a much more defined and a much more clearer pathway because direct immigration is practically ruled out in most instances. So please send your CVs, we'll have a look and we will revert. Okay, fun? Cool. Right, Akash Sharma, I'll quickly read through any information my team has told me. Okay, Paramveer, practically everybody in the team is saying you're not deciding on a course. Please take a decision and come, and then we will be able to progress it. But I have at least 2 or 3 of the team members telling me that you're not able to decide on your course. Please don't take too long. You need to make up your mind, and the decisions shouldn't be kept waiting for too long. And if you guys are worried about risk, everybody takes a risk. I took a risk when I came to New Zealand. I mean, I was in a well-settled job, and before that, I also worked in the US and UK, and yet I decided to come to New Zealand because I thought this will offer the best lifestyle choices for myself and my family. So we all take risks. So you can't sit on that wall for too long and keep saying, oh, but this is risky, or I can't, and you're the one who is going to lose out. So don't wait for too long. Just take that leap of faith, be confident and come, and then things will fall into place, especially when you have good advisors onshore here in New Zealand as well. Okay, so Paramveer, please become bold and take the decision. Right. Akash Sharma, hi Arun, job profile should match with course particularly or the subject studied. I don't, yeah, I mean, obviously if you've done a course in New Zealand, whatever job you find here, employment has to match that particular course, and only then it is called a relevant job, and then you are able to apply for further visas and further residency. So, I mean, the answer is yes, your job profile should match the course or the subject studied. I mean, the course and subjects are pretty much the same. So, ideally, as much match as possible is the best way forward. So, which is when some of our students finish their course and they come to us and say, "Hey, look, I found a job and I got this job." So we help them. We do that matching for them and say, "Okay, this looks fine and this looks fine and it's a good match. would you now like to go for your work visa, or would you like to go for your resident visa? And then that's what we guys keep doing. So I'm, as you guys know, I'm a licensed immigration advisor, and then one of our senior managers called Mary, who also lives in Hamilton. She is also undergoing training at the moment to become a licensed immigration advisor. And we are also planning to have at least 2 more of our team members become licensed immigration advisors. So as a team, we'll be able to help you. And the big difference between AJV and other companies that you guys are working with, most other companies might do a very good job of getting you an admission and a visa, but in most instances, their relationship ends there with you. For us, our relationship does not end there with you. For us, it is admission and visa and receiving you into New Zealand and being with you throughout your study and advising you and helping you with your post-study options and continuing to advise what visas are going to fall into place. And see, these are all good examples of a student who came 2 years ago, and we continue to advise her, and we do this practically for everybody. So that's the reason I strongly encourage you guys to work with us. Okay, Balraj Sharma, very nice, good job, keep it up. Thank you, Balraj. I appreciate your feedback. Rahul Bharadwaj, I'm in Auckland, sir. It would be great help if someone from the site contact me. And sir, please tell me if AJV will help. Rahul, if you want to contact us for any onshore services, yes, like I said, we can provide onshore services. Just send me an inbox message and we'll pick it up, and whatever help you want, we should be able to suggest it to you, and also how much fees it's going to cost you. No, at the moment, we are not able to help with Australian PR for your friend, but going forward, hopefully, we will begin to add those components as well. Okay, Samarth guy. Samarth, I think we already had a chat, and we spoke quite extensively last week, so I will skip it if you don't mind, because I'm just trying to move on with other. I remember very clearly we spoke last week and we discussed your options. So speak to the team, and again, I think you will need to make up your mind and take a firm decision and move forward, and then we will be able to definitely assist you. Okay? All right, Samarth. Right, Balraj Sharma, very helping and latest right information. Thank you, Balraj. Yeah, we try to, stay up to date so that, we can also. Okay, Samarth, I just got feedback from my team that you may not be able to get into the LLM course, but your current academic scores are not matching the ability to get into an LLM course. That's what the team tells me. So they've already done the matching, and unfortunately, it looks like you may not be eligible for the LLM course. So that is probably why we are advising you to choose an alternate subject, like business, for instance, because even if you're a lawyer and you said you're specializing in corporate law, so because you're not able to get into an LLM course, I think it's important that you need to consider getting into some other course, like a business course, which is, comes under corporate kind of a structure. So yeah, that's our recommendation to you. Okay, I'll have a quick sip of water, guys. Okay, and okay, also Samarth, my team tells me that you're also working with some other agent. So if I think it's only fair you continue to get information from them, because this forum is primarily for AJV students. So I hope you'll respect that. And if you trust some other agency more than us, please work with them. We have no problems with them, but kindly do not expect us to give you information when you're giving the benefit of your business to somebody else. So please be fair to us as well. Thank you. Hi, Arun. I did PG Diploma in Business Enterprise and working with one of the 5-star Piyush Odedra as a night auditor. I want to know what is the future career in hospitality and how it will help me to get PR. Piyush, I just explained that the hospitality and chefs would be in demand because we are a very tourism-oriented country. So the scope should be good. Will it be easy? Will it be a cakewalk? Will you get a job overnight? Maybe not, because it is not easy, and you're fighting various battles, and but be patient, be persistent, keep looking for the job. You should be able to get it. Will you get a residency based on that? Depends on what job you get and what kind of right now as a night auditor, I don't know. We'll have to look at your job description and your salary and other things, and then based on that, I can advise you whether you have the required number of tick marks to be able to go for a resident visa. So I suggest you connect, send us an inbox message, or send an email to info@ajvglobal.com, and we will talk to you and see how we can help you. All right, cool. But yeah, hospitality, there are definitely options, and just you need to be patient and persistent. Ravi Jaiswar, thank you, Arun. Thank you, Ravi. Appreciate your support. Shaishav Bajaj, are there any part-time jobs for supply chain management in Hamilton? As I'll be saying, they're very difficult to say that whether there should be definitely be some options, Shaishav. And like I said, you need to first get here and then start looking, and hopefully, I'm sure something will fall into place. All right, so you need to first come into Hamilton, and will there be? I think most of the trucks and logistics and other things that are traveling from the north to the south of the country need to go through Hamilton, so there would be a fair bit of. And I think they're also planning to set up an inland port in Hamilton. I think that is part of the plan. So yeah, I think the scope for your field will be pretty good. Raj Kumar, I have sent you an email on 19th April, but confused if you have received it or not. Raj Kumar, I do get a lot of emails, and I try and respond to them as much as I can. Sometimes one or two might get, hidden somewhere a bit in the middle of all those many emails. Sorry if I have not responded. Please send it again, or you can write here what the query was, and I will answer it. Okay, thank you. Edna, hi, if I study in New Zealand and then hard to get a job offer, can I get job offer from my uncle's company to get resident visa? It doesn't matter whether it's your uncle's company or your grandfather's company, as long as the company is genuine. They have the ability to support, like for instance, our company here in New Zealand, AJV Services. We have been in existence as a New Zealand entity for about 5 years now. And we are paying salaries to quite a few people locally. And if you are able to show that the company is genuine and it has been established for a period of time, and they have the ability to pay a salary and adhere to all the laws as an employer, no problem. It could be our uncle's company, does not matter. Yeah. But send us an email and we will connect and we will talk. Mary, if you're listening, please connect with Edna and see if we can help her with any of our onshore services. Okay. Atul Das asks me quickly, 1 second guys, quickly checking to see if any of my team has given me any more instructions. It might look like I am talking, but I have about 5 directors in the background typing to me saying, this is the background of each of the students. So, yeah. And Atul Das is already working with us. Hi Atul, I was coming to you. Yeah, cool. I just got confirmation that you're working with us. So thank you very much for choosing AJV. A very personal thank you from my side, all the way from Hamilton, because you had a choice to choose many from out of many agencies, but you chose to work with us, and we are very happy about it. We would love to work with good quality clients like yourself. What is the scope of network engineering and job opportunities in New Zealand? Very good. I've again heard of a lot of students who have done similar courses to pathway into the telecommunications companies. And one of the things about networking in New Zealand is we are still rolling out a lot of optic fiber across the country, and there is still a lot of buzz around optic fiber, and there is a big company called Chorus, and then there are a few other companies who are all dealing with this. So we are still, building up our infrastructure on the telecommunication side, and so there is always going to be a need for network engineers. So good course choice, and once again, thanks for choosing to work with us. Thank you, Shipra. Shipra gives some feedback saying that AJV is big name in New Zealand and the suggestions are always helpful. We may not be a very big name, Shipra, but we are definitely one of the most sincere people committed towards all of you guys. So, but thank you so much. It's clients like you who make us who we are. So appreciate you being part of our, yeah. Samarth, is law and skill shortage list? No, Samarth, it's not. Vignay Suryanarayanan, how long a job advertisement is valid when I'm applying for skilled migrant category? Again, there is no specific rule which says a job ad has to be there for X amount of weeks or X amount of months and things like that. It is, at the end of the day, each immigration officer or visa officer has got a high level of discretion in the decisions they make. So a visa officer, is just another person like you and I. He or she is a professional trained to take similar decisions. So likewise, I would not take up that case as an immigration professional unless and until I'm convinced that everything that is required for that person to get residency is there. That's exactly what a visa officer does as well. In fact, I could be a very good visa officer, or a visa officer could be a very good licensed advisor, because we are essentially doing the same work. So it is always logic, common sense, fairness, and and ensuring that the right opportunity is provided to clients. So there is no set pattern as such as to how long that ad should be there, but it should a few weeks at the least, of course. Okay. Okay, Ayush Sachdeva, the issue that I've been informed between the masters, and how many guys are here at the moment on this chat? Does anybody, can somebody tell me how many people are here on this chat? Okay, the issue that I've been informed between the masters and graduate diploma is that if I pursue masters this year and by the time I complete it, I will be 26. Not much New Zealand work experience, which will definitely not help me in procuring a relevant job with regard to designation and salaries. While with graduate diploma, I'll be able to get an entry-level job, which opposed to master's level job or more in number. Is this line of advice true? Yeah, I mean, I think it's a reasonable assumption, Ayush, that, oh, there are 45 people on the chat. Great. Okay. It's a reasonable way of looking at things, Ayush, because if you do not have prior experience and getting in, but seriously, whether you do a graduate diploma or a postgraduate diploma or a master's, I don't think it has got a lot of significance on whether you get an entry-level job or a senior-level job. I think getting a job will eventually boil down to how well you can sit across the table and convince a client or a future employer. So that's what it is. But your overall thinking is correct. If there will obviously be a few more entry-level jobs at the bottom of the pyramid, and as you keep going up, there are team leaders and managers and senior managers and then directors, and so it keeps getting narrower as you keep going to the top. So yeah, graduate diploma followed by entry-level job is a good pathway, or a postgraduate diploma followed by an entry-level job is also a good, because obviously you're also looking at higher levels of learning if you're doing a PG diploma. Have a chat with the team, we will engage you more in talk. Surya Vasudevan, hi Arun, I have prior experience. Hey team, let me know if I need to say or if there's anything I need to know. Please keep typing on our Skype. I'll quickly check. Okay, and Atul Das, my team says we're going to file the visas very soon. Wow, that's cool, Atul. We're going to be seeing you in New Zealand very soon. Excellent, welcome. Okay, Surya Vasudevan, hi Arun, I have prior experience with business development, SaaS background. I have received an offer from Wintech for applied informatics suggested by HEB. I have inquired one of my acquaintances in New Zealand. He suggested that employers consider prior experience. So how is that migration from business development to business analyst would be from New Zealand employers' perspective? Would they accept such transition profiles? Absolutely. Surya, I mean, New Zealanders, by and large, I think, are a very fair community. They work on principles of fairness, and they're also quite, innovative and open-minded about a lot of things. I mean, bear in mind, New Zealand was the country that granted the voting rights to women first, legalized same-sex marriage, legalized prostitution. Did a lot of it. New Zealand is quite innovative in its mindset, and so employers are also quite open to suggestions and people moving transitions. I've had colleagues in the past who used to be a construction worker who then became an IT manager or did a course in IT and then went into IT. One of my ex-bosses before I got into my own business was a farmer who set up a technology company. So those transitions are fine, so don't worry about it. And you're also coming to Wintech. One of our students who studied at Wintech is now working full-time with us as our technology team leader. We will also connect you to Prakash, who will also be able to guide you and take you in the right direction. So welcome to New Zealand, and thank you for choosing AJB. Much appreciated. Right, Rajkumar Pan, you have emailed regarding migration and PR. I will have a look and I will reply back to you, Rajkumar. If you have not sent your CV and your wife's CV, please send it so that I'll be able to get more information. Based on that, I'll come back to you. Okay, Ankit Wagela, uh, Arun, I used to work with other agent, but since they denied my fund arrangement, I spoke with your team and we agreed that I will go through AJB for February intake. So all my offshore, onshore requirements will be given to AJB. Excellent, Ankit. We would appreciate you. Like I said, we are here to work with all good clients and students. So if you choose us, we will absolutely give our best support to you, both onshore as well as offshore. Team, if you're listening, Ankit has confirmed that he would like to work with us. So please reconnect with him and take the process forward, please. Thank you. Afan Khan Sherwani, do he look like me? Who, my friend, who used to play cricket? I don't. He was actually quite a good-looking guy, but I don't know. I can't see your picture very clearly. I'll message you later, Afan. Swarnali Mundal. Hi, Arun. It's nice to see you live. I'm very eager to do my higher studies in animation. Good course choice, Swarnali. I have completed my diploma and very much looking forward to doing my graduation in animation. My brother-in-law has already mailed you everything with my sister and has his own uh, details. Hope you reach us soon. Yeah, absolutely, Swarnali. And good course choice. Thank you for choosing to work with us. We've had very good success with our students who have come to do animation and VFX and other creative courses in New Zealand. It's a matter of pride for me that at least 3 to 4 of our students are right now working in Vita Studios, which, as you know, is the pinnacle of achievement for a lot of people from your field. We would love to work with you. We work with 2 or 3 very good animation schools in New Zealand, and we would love to suggest the right thing to your team. If you can pick up Swarnali's contact details and connect with her, I think we should be able to start processing immediately. But good course choice, Swarnali, and as I said, New Zealand is also trying to make certain industries are identified future growth areas because we don't want to put up too much of manufacturing bases and stuff. We're trying to increase our soft power, so to speak, and creative industries is one of them, which is one of our identified future growth areas, along with biotechnology and information technology. So good course choice and a very warm welcome, and thank you for choosing HLA. Our team will connect here with you very soon. Okay. Ramjan Joshi, sir, I want to study from MIT Auckland in electrical engineering. I completed BTech in electrical engineering with 75%. Okay, it's a good course choice, Ramjan, and MIT is also a very good institution, and we have a great rapport with MIT, including some very senior officers there, who I can actually am privileged to call friends. But it's a very good institution, good outcomes, good location as well, and we would absolutely be delighted to help you to get into your course. Electrical engineering is also a very good choice. Practically all engineering subjects are in our long-term skill shortage areas, so which means the scope will be there. If you have some prior experience, that will be useful. If you do not have prior experience, it does not mean you will not be able to crack a job. We will work with you if you're coming to New Zealand as an AGB student, and as a matter of our normal service that we give to all our students, we do share copies of cover letters and CVs. Plus, we also network you with some of the other students who are already here. In fact, yesterday I was in Auckland and I met a few of our students. So we also try to create those networks. I don't think you're signed up to work with us yet, Ramjan, but we would love to work with someone like yourself. Good background, good course choice. And yeah, I think what you will require, the other component is to have good onshore support. So I would strongly encourage you to consider working with HAV. See, I'm talking to you from New Zealand right now. So it is not, we are not an agency based in your country. I'm thinking you're from India. And after you move, there is nobody else to speak to. That is the big reason why people should choose AGV, because we are here. We are in New Zealand. When you have a problem, there is somebody in New Zealand you can speak to. And we will come and help you with those issues. We may not be able to get a job and put into your lap, but we'll be able to provide all the background advice and information which will help you. In fact, we've had very vague requests from our students. One person got caught, had some trouble with a drink driving problem. Somebody else had trouble with accommodation. Somebody else had, oh, excuse me, trouble with foreign exchange. So we are able to provide information for each and everything, basically, which is why I strongly encourage you to work with us and look forward to welcoming you as an AJB student. Shaisha Bajaj, your sister is married there in Hamilton. Her parents and husband is resident in Hamilton. Do I need to show living expenses, or can it be waived off if they show that I'll be living? It can't be waived off. I mean, they'll still need to show that. Yeah, I mean, like in the sense we need to show why part of those living expenses will be offset by the fact that you're getting accommodation. So our team will explain that in much more detail to you. We have, like I said, very strong experts in the visa processing team, and they will tell you whether we can use that accommodation or not, and we will come back and let you know. Okay, cool. Right, guys, 10 minutes more, and there are quite a few questions here. All the ones which I'm not able to answer, we will come back to you, okay? But this was a 1 hour session, and I will come back. Can you guys also, while I'm online, can some of you type and tell me how often you would like to see these sessions? I'm at the moment, my team and I, we've decided we're going to do it once a week. But if some of you who are listening in can tell us how often you'd like those live Q&A sessions, it will help us in case we need to do more. So please let us know. Okay. Rajesh Radhakrishnan, hi Arun, hi Rajesh. Scope for people with work experience in insurance companies, in particular with health insurance. Again, I mean, it's not so much about insurance and health insurance. In fact, somebody very close to me in New Zealand works in the insurance sector, and it's a happening sector. So the scope would be there. And primarily, it comes under business insurance would be. So the scope is there. We are also a heavily insured country, and health insurance is quite big because the queues are quite long in general hospitals. So people like to have private health insurance so that they can go to private hospitals and get surgeries and other treatments done. So the scope is quite good, Rajesh. Okay. Leo Rungsen Entrepreneur. How about level 9 management degree in Otago Polytechnic? Good institution, good level of course, especially good if you have some experience, I think. But yeah, good course choice overall. Belbin Samuel, done MBA from Pune, autonomous course. Kindly suggest. I don't know, Belbin, if you're asking for a course choice further in New Zealand, because your details are not complete here. But what we would like to do is connect with you and check some more details, background, and then be able to advise you. But we will definitely connect with you. Theodore Aaron, I'm not an AGV student. Can I avail paid employer-assisted visa guidance? So absolutely, Theodore. I mean, yeah. If what happens with AGV students is they get 25% discount for all onshore visa applications as well. So that's the benefit. But you can absolutely come and take ours. And AJV students also get a lot of free advice, which normally we charge for non-AJV students. But yeah, absolutely. Connect with Mary, our senior manager. If you type Mary Joseph in Facebook or in the group, you will see her. Connect with her and she will provide you details of how much it will cost. Okay. Hassan says, friend of mine got offer letter from AUT and UAE without scholarship. Could you please advise? If you're saying which university to choose, unfortunately, we do not represent University of Auckland, so we cannot recommend it. So we have a great relationship with AUT University. It's a very good university, so we would strongly recommend AUT. So yeah, absolutely. And I think AUT would also support their students quite well. We've had very good outcomes from our AUT students. In the past, we also worked with University of Auckland, but unfortunately, in the recent past, we have not been able to work with them. So at the moment, we are not recommending University of Auckland to anybody. Okay, cool. Shubham, sir, I'm in dilemma between Waikato and PIMS for hospitality management. Can you please give me any suggestions between these two? PIMS is a specialized hospitality institution, so obviously they're so much more focused into hospitality only. Waikato is a fantastic institution, but it has also got a good school in hospitality, but it's got a lot of other subject areas as well. So what I would suggest is take a look at the papers, because when we are not able to decide between institutions, it is always good to take a look at the papers and see which is more appealing to you. And we will talk to you as well. We will also, our team will run through those different papers. But in terms of size, New Plymouth and Hamilton are also around the same. New Plymouth would be slightly smaller, but good outcomes as well for PIM students. So, yep. I would say check the papers, and that will help you to decide whether it's going to be PIMS or whether it's got to be Waikato. But instinctively, I think I would say PIMS, instinctively. Yeah. Hassan, any scope to secure scholarships or funds? There is a link one of our team can send you about scholarships. Not a lot of scholarships in New Zealand. They will send you some, and yeah. Okay, right. I'm just checking with my team. Okay. Chetan Patel, usually how long does it take for INZ to process spouse visa of someone coming to New Zealand on a study visa? Depends. Normally 4 to 6 weeks at the minimum. So that's really what is the normal time. We've been getting our spouse visas in about 2 to 3 weeks approximately. We have a fantastic track record, by the way. We have not lost a single spouse work visa so far. So yeah, and Chetan, you're working with us, so don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. Asif, last 5 minutes, guys. Hi, I'm Asif from Pakistan. I want to get 6 months diploma from New Zealand. Tell me the cost and total procedure. There may not be a 6 months diploma, Asif, because normally the course also has to be of a particular duration. And so what we will do is we'll connect with you and give you more details, and based on that, you can take a decision. But by and large, 6 months, no, you need to have studied for at least 1 year to be able to get further visas and stuff. So we'll connect with you and give you more details. Yeah. Ivan Thomas, Kira Arun, looking a lot more fresh this week. Thanks, Ivan. Last time I just climbed the big bloody mountain and came back and I was like half dead. So that's the reason. Today I'm all well rested and had a shower, shave, and so that's, thank you, but for saying I'm looking fresher. I'm arriving in the 1st of September. We'll be working on a working holiday visa, looking for networking engineering role. Do you provide onshore employment support? Maybe not so much in terms of, we are working hard towards picking a member on the onshore team who can actually help us to find jobs for our clients. But at the least, Ivan, we will be able to help you to network with some of the other people. So that's what we can do for you. Okay. Is there any Jito Cabral, is there any possibility that required points will lower down from 160? I don't think so. Although I can't, it's just my opinion, but I think it's going to stay there. That came about after a lot of discussion and debate within the government. So I don't think they're likely to bring it down at any moment now. And I think it's working quite well, because I think they're also trying to modulate some of the immigration. So yeah. Marco Cyrus, can Canadians get job? Of course, Canadians can get job, Marco. Everybody can get a job in New Zealand. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Which UG course better opportunity? Depends on your subject choice. For all I know, if you do an undergraduate course in diving, you might end up getting a job. So you need to be a bit more specific, Ravindranath. We will connect with you and see what is the best fit for you. Okay. Marcos has work permits for Canadians. You'll just have to do it like anybody else. Find a job, come to New Zealand. The good thing is if you're on a Canadian passport, you don't need to have a visitor visa. You can land and then get entry permission to go around. Maybe you'll also be eligible for a working holiday visa. Look for a job, find one, and then apply for a work visa. That's the way to do it. Excuse me. Raj Kumar, my wife wants to do... okay, guys, I'm going to take the last two, and then I'm going to stop because, yeah, then we can. So I'm going to do Raj and Mangesh, and I'm going to stop there. Okay. But I promise we will come back to everybody else who's asked us questions. We absolutely will connect with you and give you that information that you're seeking. Okay. Rajkumar, my wife wants to do a diploma in chef practice. My sister-in-law wants to do graduation in animation. We have a 2.5 year old daughter. Need information about her schooling. I'm doing diploma in animation. If any job possibility for me. Okay. Um, so your wife wants to come for a chef course, which is good, and your sister-in-law wants to do a graduation in animation, which is also good. Your 2.5 year old daughter needs information about her schooling. If your wife is coming on a course and you are able to get a work visa, then your child will get domestic student status. So yeah, schooling would be possible for your child. I'm doing diploma in animation. If any job possibility for me, most likely there will be. But like anybody else, you need to come and apply and get a job, and that's the way it is. There may not be a whole lot of animation jobs, but if your work is good, your portfolio is good, I'm sure you should be able to crack something. Okay. Last question, guys. Mangesh Desale, I have done BE in computer and have work experience in software engineering. What are my opportunities in New Zealand? Mangesh, direct work or direct migration, most of the times, 95% of the times is ruled out because no employer wants to give a job to somebody who is not present in the country. Direct migration is not possible for those two rules, which is that you need to have employment or a job offer in New Zealand before. That's rule number one, or you should have studied in New Zealand for 2 years and have at least a master's or a PhD, and that's when you will be able to fulfill either one of those conditions. And that is why we encourage strongly, not just you, but everybody who listens and to my videos and everything else, that you need to get yourself into New Zealand. And that is why we are strong advocates of asking people to come to New Zealand as a student. Because when you come into New Zealand as an international student, not only are you acquiring good knowledge, you are getting an idea of what New Zealand is all about. You get familiarity with the country. You get 1 year of study time during which you can do part-time work. Plus, if you're choosing the right course, you will get at the minimum 1 more year of work visa, the post-study work visa. And those 2 years of familiarization, doing a good course, networking, having the legal right to work, and all that is how you should be able to move into a situation where you will get a job. And when you get that job is how you fulfill the first rule, which is that you need to have skilled employment in New Zealand. And that's the way to get to residency. And that is why we are strong advocates of telling people, hey, look, come to New Zealand and study and then aspire to become a future resident. And we have a requirement for skilled migrants in New Zealand. And it's my personal opinion that international students will go on to become very good future skilled migrants, because they not only come to New Zealand, but they become part of our structure and ethos and culture for a while before then they're going to become a worker or a resident. So I strongly believe international students would be some of the best future residents going forward. Will everybody who come as an international student get a job? I don't think so. And that is where I think the statistically it's only 19 or 20% who are able to get it. But that 19 or 20% are out of 130 or 140,000. It's still a lot of opportunities. So if you have the right skills, the right attitude, and the right knowledge, and the right advisor as well, I think then you guys will succeed. So I'll close it off on that note, guys. Please consider New Zealand, great country. A lot of the good things happening for it. And do not forget, in the world we live in today, safety is an important aspect. Friendliness is an important aspect. Inclusion is an important aspect. So New Zealand is very good in all these areas. And then what you need is a good advisor, which is what we are very good at. So speak to us, talk to us, and we will be very sincere in the advice we give you. And try and make your New Zealand dreams come true. And so thanks, guys. As always, it's a pleasure to go live. It's a little tiring, of course, but it's kind of nice, keeps me on my toes and helps me to be able to give honest information to all of you, and encouraging all of you to work with us. Unfortunately, those who I could not answer today, we will connect with you and we will give you individual personalized information. Okay. Thank you very much. As we say here in New Zealand, Kakiteano, which is see you later. And as always, appreciate all the support that you give Team AJB. We are here to make your Kiwi dreams come true, and we will absolutely make it happen if you're the right person for New Zealand. Okay, cool. One last time, the New Zealand sheep. See you guys.